gratifying is it when Michael Jordan says he sees some of him in you?
Well, that's cool. It's a great compliment. I just have to continue to be the best basketball player that I can possibly be.
What Kobe Bryant was to me was the inspiration that someone truly cared about the way I played the game or the way that he wanted to play the game.
He wanted to know how, when I turn around on my jump shot, how to feel the defense. I told him you should feel the defense with your legs.
This kid had passion like you would never know.
I just accept challenges. I wanted to go out there, I wanted to guard Mike. That's the best thing about the game of basketball, that you answer new challenges day in and day out.
Kobe has a chance to be what Michael is in this league.
You're looking at the present and the future right there.
Kobe! Oh! Kobe Bryant, sensational for the win!
Wow! Everyone always wanted to talk about the comparisons between he and I just wanted to talk about Kobe.
A little advice from the master.
The truth of the matter is, he's helped me out a great deal. I reached out to him, he'd hit me right back. He'd give me advice straight from his heart.
I wanted to be the best big brother that I could be.
That speech at Kobe's memorial service, just iconic. The Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. This class will go down as one of the most special in the long history of the Hoop Hall. The late Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Tamika Catchings, Coach Rudy Tomjanovich headline that class. They will be enshrined over the weekend in Springfield, Massachusetts. And Matt, I don't even know where to start because this history with Kobe is so deep and so rich and touched both of us so personally. What do you think it would have meant to Kobe to be able to follow this through and be up there this weekend with those guys?
I think it was the final step. You know what I mean? He always spoke to sitting at the table with MJ. I need 6 rings. I need 6 rings. He was never able to get that, but he was able to grab himself an Oscar and then a couple other things outside of basketball. But I kind of think this was kind of the final stamp on one of the greatest careers we've ever seen. You know, someone who literally rode the ship until the ship sunk, you know, in a time where he started where, you know, stars were supposed to stay, but by the time his career ended, stars were jumping around, and Kobe could have definitely jumped that ship because it was sinking fast and possibly got that 6th ring, but he wanted to stay loyal to the Lakers, to Jeannie, and to this fan base, and he did that. So, I mean, just looking at this and hearing him talk, it just still obviously doesn't seem real. And I know the one thing we were all looking forward to during this moment was him speaking at the ceremony, because, you know, it would have been strategic, you know, it would have been creative, witty. He would have talked a little bit of trash, but, you know, just a tough situation to swallow overall.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. And I mean, one of the greatest competitors of all time, having those battles with Kobe, you know, when I was with the Celtics and just going against him and just having those different moments where he was talking noise. But, you know, Kobe has an interesting story, right? He went from being loved to hated to being loved again to, like, you know, and he was Mr. Adversity, right? When adversity struck, he embraced it with open arms. And I'm just, you know, like, him getting inducted to the Hall of Fame is a beautiful thing, but I'm just like so amazed at how the Mamba mentality is in Vanessa Bryant, right? Like she lost her better half in a way that she continues to carry on Kobe legacy, like being able to go speak at the Hall of Fame, how strong she is, like on social media and with her daughters and things to that nature. It's all just, you know, it's saddened and it makes you sad, but at the same time, it's like, wow, this woman is real powerful and real strong.
There's no question. I mean, losing a child and losing your lifetime partner, I don't think anyone would blame her if we never saw her publicly speak again. And instead, she has been so strong on behalf of those other little girls and protecting Kobe's legacy. It's funny, you talk about his evolution, loved, hated, loved. One of the things that I loved the most about Kobe was that he was never finished. He knew that nobody else was ever finished. He absolutely did things in his life that he wished he could take back or do differently, and he kept going, and he kept changing, and he kept trying to improve. And I think that was such a lesson, honestly, a life lesson to me as I watched him go through and do all of these things, especially after he retired. And we saw those clips of Michael speaking at his memorial service. One of the things that just broke me down when Michael was talking that day was about how he didn't intend to have this relationship with Kobe Bryant.
He was annoying.
That Kobe just kept pestering him. And then finally he gave in and started answering the phone calls. And I mean, Matt, that's the guy we know, right?
Absolutely. I mean, and we talked about his roller coaster, but I mean, it really goes to show how mentally tough this guy was, because his play never wavered, and we all know he went through a lot of stuff and never wavered. So obviously we love and miss Kobe, and you know, to have Mike and Vanessa speaking, it's going to be a big day not only for Vanessa but the rest of the Bryant family as well.
Just it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot, but we all owe it to him to fully celebrate him at this time that I absolutely know would have meant so much to him.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.